Team USA hung on to win 98-92 yesterday over Australia in a pre-Olympics exhibition game in Abu Dhabi. Paul Pierce, anything bother you about this performance?
Yeah, I have some concerns, Skip. One of the concerns is the interior defense. You know, as they get further and further into or closer to the Olympics, you know, it's going to be better competition. It's going to be better coached teams. You know, I mean, think about this. The spread for Australia was 20 points. So I just thought, you know, I gave you 25 and you didn't want that.
I didn't want it.
You didn't want that.
Nope, I'll be the first to admit it.
Like,
I didn't love it. I didn't love it.
Yeah,
I think Keyshawn was ready to give me 30.
Keyshawn was going to give you 30, so when they only win, I think the expectations is so high. I mean, of course they should be. It's the U.S. When you look at the players top to bottom, I feel like they should dominate each and every game. But it's obvious that they're lacking some defensive chemistry, some on-court offensive chemistry as well. When I look at the 68 points in the paint from the Australians, that should never happen. You know, with the athleticism U.S. got, you got Joel Embiid, you got Anthony Davis. When you give up, when you out there, you get 18 turnovers when my ball handlers are Curry, LeBron, Ant-Man, Halliburton, you know, but that's just telling me they need more practice time. The chemistry is off. I can see the timing on some of the plays is not quite there. Am I worried? Not really. They still won the game. But the funny thing about the U.S. is when you look at the names, you like disappointed when they only win by 6. Like but you won. Think about that, Key. You won, and it's only exhibition, so it's only gonna get better. You know, the venues are gonna get better, and the U.S. is gonna take it a little more serious. I truly believe this. Once they get in the real, actual gameplay, now they're gonna get tested versus Serbia.
They will.
With Joker.
Agreed.
I think they're going to get tested. So it's good then for them to make these mistakes because even Steve Kerr said after the game, we'll rather, you know, see what our deficiencies are, something along that line, just to see what we need to clean up to get better at ahead of the Olympics. So I'm not concerned at all, a little bit, but this is something I think they'll clean up.
Yeah, it's too close for comfort to score, the final score, okay? Even though in the third quarter they led it by as much as 24. Which told me, okay, they got complacent.
They took their foot off the gas.
They took their foot off the gas, a little complacent, chilling, not ready full tilt yet. But you know, in professional sports, when you look up and you surrender 24-point leads and that people are cutting your deficit and all of a sudden it's down to 4 and 5, you're a couple possessions away from being down. That's the part that is a little bit alarming because now it's like, oh, blank. They down by 2 now. We in trouble. And now you got to hope and pray that some guys start to deliver. Now, early on, I thought Ant-Man got off to a quick start fast.
He did.
And I was like, oh, okay, he getting ready to drop 30 on their head. But he didn't finish strong. I mean, they just didn't. I don't know what it was. The fourth quarter just didn't. They wasn't out there start turning the ball over.
You know, the thing is, too, Key and Skip, the ball is different. I noticed a lot of
I asked you that a week ago, and you was like, it's the same.
No. The Olympic ball is different because I noticed just simple passes, they would just clear in their hands, they would drop.
That's what I asked you.
It's a different ball.
Is it the stripes? Is it the color?
It's a different ball. I don't know how to explain it, but it's for sure, a different feel of the ball than the actual NBA ball because if you look at their turnovers, some of them is just they just couldn't catch the ball.
Do they break them right out the package? Or they scuff them up? Or?
I don't know.
Yeah, because see, in football, they rub the balls down, throw them in the dryer, they do all sorts of stuff so the slickness go away.
There's a different feel. And that's a difference, I'm telling you.
I asked you that the other day because it looked that way when we first saw them playing the first time around they played.
I noticed
against
that
Canada,
yesterday.
the ball looked crazy.
It looked, I could tell, because it was like guys out there with sure hands that just couldn't catch the ball. I'm like, it's the ball.
Yep, agreed. So I look both of you right in the eyes at the end of the show, and you're saying 30 and you're saying 25, and I'm saying, I'm thinking to myself, Jock Landale against Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, and I'm thinking, no, this could get out. This could get real ugly real quickly, and it did. It got real ugly because Team USA hit first 3 threes, and at halftime it looked like it could be a 40-point game. Third quarter it looked like it could be a 40-point game. And then Australia, just on team pride, in attack mode. They just kept going and going and going, and Matthew Dellavedova is in the game, and Patty Mills is in the game, and they're both a little over the hill and long in the tooth.
Yeah.
But they're playing for their country, and they all kind of grew up together, and here they came. And it got crazy tight because they cut it to 5 with 5 minutes left, and they cut it to 4 twice in the last minute of the game. And Patty Mills missed 2 big threes, or it could have been a different story. And Tyrese,
that corner three could have cut it to 3.
He had a corner 3 where
he had a corner 3 that could have cut it to 3.
Yeah, and I said,
yeah,
that's money, because in his day, in his time, against LeBron in the finals in 2014, he didn't miss that shot.
That was late in the fourth quarter, and that's when Halliburton came and hit the 3, pushed it back to 9, right?
He hit 2 threes in a row.
Right.
Halliburton did.
Right.
And Devin Booker, to his credit, kept stepping to the free throw line and making free throws. So your closers yesterday were Devin Booker and Tyrese Halliburton, which is interesting. Tyrese Halliburton is clutch, man, because he's hit a lot of big shots for Indiana.
We saw him versus the Knicks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
We saw that.
Okay. So, you know, do I like some of these Australian kids, Dyson Daniels and Josh Green and Josh Giddey? Yeah, they're okay, but it shouldn't have been this, because when I look, listen, Anthony Davis yesterday, he was a terror. He goes 17 and 14 in just 18 minutes. That's hard to do, but that's what I thought he would do against Jock Landale, who wound up with 20 points and 7 rebounds. But what gets me about Anthony Davis for Team USA, he just plays his guts out. Like I'm thinking, why can't you guys get this on a nightly basis?
We got it this year from him.
You got a lot of it, but there are nights where I'm saying, okay, turn it on, you know, like lock in, go. Because he'll drift some nights where he's not totally into it, you know. And in this, he is way into this. So you got the firepower, but then to your point, remember, the game's only 40 minutes, not 48. It's 40.
40 minutes to give up 68
So 68 points in the paint, it's kind of hard, like mathematically, it's kind of hard to do.
40 minutes.
That you get 68, but they're running plays that they've been running since they were 8 years old together, probably. And they're back cutting, and they're...
But they've been together the same amount of time as the U.S.
Yeah.
You know, these guys came off an NBA season also.
Yeah,
some of them
but they've been playing together.
Yeah, together.
In summers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, I mean, the U.S. is you know, it's just far more dominant. This is Australia.
Yeah,
they didn't even have Ben Simmons.
They did not have...
Like, come on.
By far their most talented player.
Yeah, like, man, come on. Like,
Yeah, but you still don't want to see the score that tight, though, because it is.
You got to understand the court is shorter, too. And what I mean by that, I mean in the half court when the three-point line is a little closer.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't understand the paint points, Skip, because in international play, you could kind of, I don't think you can stand in the middle, right? Without a 3-second violation.
Can?
So I don't understand the points in the paint situation, because you could kind of pack the lane on a shorter three-point line and kind of like take away the paint points and force teams to shoot threes. And that's why I didn't understand. So maybe that'll be a point of emphasis moving forward. Maybe U.S. is like, hey, we want to take away the 3. Maybe that's the point, and they gave up the point paints, the paint points.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's just hard for me to imagine with a court that small and a lack of kind of like post-play in international ball for them to give up 68 points in the paint.
So just me, down the stretch of the game, I started rooting like crazy for Australia, because I was rooting for Team USA, because they actually needed to lose this game. It would have been good for their psyche, because if you lose, then everybody in this country goes crazy. Oh, my God, the sky is falling. We lost Australia. But it didn't count. It's just an exhibition game. It's a practice game.
It feels that way
they
anyway,
lost
based
to
on how y'all
Australia.
talking.
Yeah.
They lost to Australia in exhibition play, I believe, in 2021, and like 2018-19, they've lost to Australia. So it wouldn't have been a shocker if they lost an exhibition play. I just don't believe when the Olympics starts, the U.S. has been so dominant that they'll figure something out and they'll be better. I mean, high IQ players, great coaching, great leadership on the team. They won't lose. Mark my words, this is probably be the closest game they'll play the rest of this summer. I'm willing to put a dinner
Let's
on
hope
that.
so.
This is the closest game they'll play the rest of the summer.